Oh, wow. Those liberal woke policies really worked out well for the people of South Africa. How progressive of them, along with their land expropriation and theft laws, as they literally chant, kill the Boer, but don't worry, the corporate media and the Episcopal Church will have all the disinformation ready for you in order to muddy the waters and not to actually help out the victims of racial discrimination, persecution, and some would even say an active approach trying to genocide a population. Is that really what's happening here? Well, that's what we are going to be discussing with the latest hot topic of debate, and that is Donald Trump's new refugee program that's entering in people that actually need refuge from a failed state that, of course, is discriminating against a minority that they are going after as much as they can. Who would have thought that would have been happening in this country in the south of Africa? Now, lots to get into here. Obviously, this is a very hot button issue, but the level of defense, the level of obscurity, the level of obstruction of the actual reality here is a little unnerving, specifically when it comes to this specific story, as of course we have it here that dozens of white, of course they had to point that out here, South Africans, there's 59 of them, are arriving in the United States under Donald Trump's refugee plan. Now, when you look at the definition of refugees, it's exactly what this program was made for. It was used and abused under the old system that specifically went after Democratic future voters and said, come on in, guys. Do you need to prove your refugee status? No. We'll give you a court proceeding later. Come on in, traffickers. Come on in, drug cartellers. Come on in, mafiosos. Come on in, gangbangers. We need to have more of a census representation, congressional representation in the Democratic voting areas. Therefore, we need you guys to come on in recklessly without being vetted, without even needing to do any of the health mandates that the average American is forced to do and was forced to do a few years ago. Now, this is only 59 people. You would think with the way that the media is freaking out about this, that this would be some kind of huge wave of thousands, if not millions of people. Nope, it's not here. And if you look at the definition of what the program was actually supposed to be used for, as specifically described here by Donald Trump's spokesperson, it's correct.
What's happening in South Africa fits the textbook definition of why the refugee program was created. This is persecution based on a protected characteristic, in this case, race. So this is race-based persecution. The refugee program is not intended as a solution for global poverty, and historically it has been used that way. Wherever there's global poverty or wherever there's dysfunctional governments, then the U.S. refugee program comes in, swoops people up, relocates them to America.
South Africa's...
Yeah, that's exactly what he was describing as the old system that would say, oh, you're poor, come on in. Yeah, we're going to take care of you. We're one of the richest countries in the world. Of course, people are going to be poor compared to us here, but also overwhelmingly, poor people vote for the Democratic political party that promises poor people everything and delivers a bag of ish. As a lot of poor people got that lesson within the last few years under the Biden administration, as these, quote, new refugees that were coming in from Venezuela and from all these other third world countries that also particularly emptied their prisons. All these people that came on in took all the benefits away from the poor people here in the United States in major Democratic liberal voting areas. And they still continue to do that. Now, this to me is significant because it's not only symbolic of a huge change here in the program actually being used here correctly, but this also points to something that the corporate media has been trying to avoid for a very long time with their very divisive race-based narratives that have been saying, you can't discriminate against white people. It's impossible. There's a hierarchy. There's white people are so powerful that no way we could discriminate against them. There was officials, a part of the New York City Department of Education, that were going out publicly and saying, if there's a poor white child and a rich black child, we have to spend more of our resources helping that rich black child because of the quote, generational there's qualities that have happened throughout the years, making stuff out of their butts, tuguses, when really it was just a racist narrative that they were trying to, quote, allegedly fight racism with by becoming more racist. And again, that program was absolutely freaking ridiculous here. It's good to see a refugee program actually be used for actual refugees that are being discriminated against their race here. As Reuters here has kind of an infuriating article here, because this is something that the left is claiming, the liberals are claiming, the church and the South Africans are claiming. What discrimination? What's happening? There's no discrimination. Liars. As of course, this is the propaganda article here. First white South Africans arrive in U.S. as Trump claims they face discrimination. Trump claims water's wet. That you might as well say that, all right? Trump claims sky is blue. Trump claims. Goodness gracious. Really? Are you freaking kidding me? All right? It's clear as day. It's clear as day. Not to Reuters, not to liberals, not to the corporate media, not to South Africa. And we'll get into a church here who's now refusing to help out these white South Africans in a not very church-like way. You would think the church would be there for people who need. Nope, not when they're white. When they're future Democratic woke voters, yep, absolutely, we'll vote for them. Before getting into that and this kind of ridiculous story by Reuters, we wanted to tell you about lookunfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up yet, what are you doing? Open the link up in the description and click on it right now. Go here. You sign up for less than 20 cents a day. Do it right now. It means the world to us. The more you do this, the more crazy, wild stuff we do. I used to be running around the world doing wild, crazy stuff, predominantly because of your help and support. I need your help and support. I want to do that again. I want to do it in a better, more professional way. I need at least someone to help me film, someone to help me edit, someone to help me curate, put everything together. Producing a lot of this content just in general, even in just my studio, is a lot of work, and I do a lot of it all on my own. But when I hit the road, I want to do the regular content, which I need to do, and then I want to film interviews with popular people. I want to talk to the average Joe out there. I want to document real-world life events as they unfold, as they happen. And if you guys could help me do that, I would appreciate it. Sign up to lookunfiltered.com to make that happen. 20 cents a day, 13 plus years of exclusive videos for you guys. 3 masterclasses, exclusive meetups that we're going to be doing in Las Vegas and New Hampshire very soon. We did a range day. We're going to do another range day in about 4 weeks from now. It's a lot of fun, all exclusively on lookunfiltered.com. So if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? Sign up. Your support is needed now more than ever. As Reuters writes here, U.S. prioritizes Afrikaners' arrivals while blocking others. Okay, the others don't have a legitimate claim, okay? I understand. I think there's also an argument to be made for the Christians in Syria. Hey, yeah, they're actually facing some actual discrimination. Being a future Democratic voter does not make you a refugee. Being a poor person does not make you a refugee. Okay? Trump says that the white refuge face genocide. Yes, they do. Absolutely. And we'll show you that in just a little bit. South Africans say that there's no evidence of persecution. Yeah, the government never lies here. Lying, despicable monsters, especially with the laws that they've been passing, the actions that they've been taking, coordinated with some absolutely awful and evil behavior. As the Episcopal Church says, it won't help resettlement. You skeevy, racist, woke libtards. We'll get it. There's this guy, feminine soy boy, that came out and described, oh, we won't help you. No, we can't help them. No, there's no discrimination here. There's no problems at all. You're going to hear this guy. It's going to be infuriating. We'll play the clip in a little bit as we have South African leadership saying U.S. is at the wrong end of the stick. No, I don't think we are. As, of course, there are huge rallies in South Africa, stadiums, with the entire stadium, a part of this left-wing, liberal members of government literally screaming, kill the Boer, kill the white farmer inside of this country. It's a rallying call, okay? It's a political slogan inside of that country, as there have been absolutely disgusting attacks, predominantly against white farmers, as these attacks, I believe, are coordinated with the government that, of course, wants to get rid of the white farmers and all of the land that they have there, just like Zimbabwe did. Zimbabwe, I traveled there a few years ago. They're actually asking the white farmers to come back after discriminating, persecuting, and taking the lives of many of them. Now, this has been caught on CCTV. A lot of these people, a lot of these gangs that they'll take the lives of these farmers and then do horrible, despicable things for them for hours on end, trying to send a message to all the other white farmers out there. They're not just average people just trying to make a buck here. This is a coordinated attack, as some of them have been found with $20,000 pieces of equipment on them, like signal jammers, that, of course, as these individuals show up in a coordinated military-type style way and attack farmers and then prevent them from being able to call for help. And then what happens when they can't call for help? They, of course, are tortured in horrible, despicable ways. And the types of stories, I can't say them here because again, we're on YouTube here, and I don't like to gross people out, and I don't like to the type of deprived, evil, Luciferian, satanic, just death cult worship type of behavior. Once you start hearing it, your blood starts to boil about just how evil some people could be. And a lot of this evil coordinated directly against white farmers that have been losing their lives in record numbers. And the travesty here, the injustice here, the criminality here is at such a level that the government of South Africa literally passed laws saying, if you're white, we're just going to take away your land. Why? Because black people don't have enough land. Again, Zimbabwe did this, faced a huge collapse and destruction of their whole farming industry. White farmers in South Africa that many people believe have a claim to the land that they've been on, that they fought on, that they have been on for an extremely long time. Now, South African government comes in and said, no, you're white. We're just going to take it away from you because you're white. That right there is race-based discrimination laws that have been put in practice, that are being utilized, that are being carried out here. And when Donald Trump responds to reporters saying, why are you doing this? Why is it only? It's because of the discrimination that these people have faced.
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of, but it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about.
Yep, the media is like, oh, white people getting hurt and discriminated against? No, white people are the evil people that we're supposed to run with our narratives and our headlines with. Anytime a white guy does anything, oh, bet your bottom dollar, even if you're going to see white man did this too, especially if it's minority. Oh, my goodness. There's people like, oh, yes, we got a white guy. He hurt. Who is it? A Latino? Yeah. Black people? Yeah. When a black person commits a crime, they don't say black person. No. They're like, man. And they make sure not to show his image. Interesting how that plays off in Western media.
But it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they'd talk about it. That would be the only story they'd talk about. And
yep, absolutely. If there was, let's just be honest, let's just be real with ourselves, okay? Especially with all the narratives that we've been seeing that have been racially motivated within the American media within the last few days here domestically. Let's just say there was like a white country that was going after black minorities. and taking away their land and discriminating against them, and then running an organized campaign to try to take their lives and torture them and try to kick them off of the land that they have had for as long as they were alive. Nonstop, 24. There would have been fat woke Karens parachuting in to fight on the front lines against this evil white man. The opposite is happening. The media's like, I don't see anything. You see something? I don't see nothing. Interesting how that scenario unfolds here. And again, I hate to make it all about race, but it is. It absolutely freaking is. And it would be if it wasn't for these type of demented people that make everything about race, and this level of underminement, this level of discrimination, this level of just full-on a frontal assault against anyone with, let's be honest, white skin.
And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible. I have people that live in South Africa. They say it's a terrible situation.
Yeah, it's awful. It's absolutely horrible. And in comes the despicable, I call it the despicable church that says, no, we're not going to help these white South Africans that were granted refugee status. Says, of course, we're here to help out. Quote, they have a commitment to racial justice and reconciliation. Are you kidding me? Right? That's the excuse you're using? There's people being discriminated against them because of the way that they were born, in a place that they were born. And you're going to have a church that says we can't help them because we need to fight racial justice? No, you are the racist bigots, and you are so overconsumed with your leftist woke ideology that you are the same enemy that you claim to fight.
Of these immigrants as refugees cross a moral line.
Well, the reality is
This is the representative of the church here. A soy boy, a leftist church representative that, of course, has hijacked this kind of religious spiritual institution in order to be a highly politicized institution that, instead of just helping out anyone and everyone that needs help, instead of helping people who actually need their help, they said, no, these people are probably going to vote right wing. We are not going to help them. Despicable, nasty, disgusting cowards.
we can't be ourselves in the Episcopal Church and take the step of resettling white Afrikaners from South Africa. Our church has a long commitment to racial justice and reconciliation.
Are you kidding me? This is racial.
And we have historic ties with the Anglican Church of South Africa. Desmond Tutu is a part of, been a partner in this work for us. So we're just not able to take this step.
Yeah, we're not able to take a step. Yeah, why? Why really? Let's be real with ourselves. Cut the bull crap. Racial? Are you kidding me? As of course all the images that they're showing, it's like, look, it's Episcopal. Look how we help everyone except for white people. We don't want to help white people. We're not going to help white people. We're not going to help people who could be aligned with right-wing democratic political values. Nope. We're here to, of course, replace the population, and we're not going to help you because of the way that you were born.
It's not in line with anything that we're about. And
oh, you're not about you're not about helping people. You're not about helping people that had to flee their land because of racial-based discrimination. You bigoted, triple-chinned, soy boy, freaking monster.
Causes us to see that other refugees who are being denied entrance to the United States are people, brave people who've worked alongside of our military in Iraq and Afghanistan, now face danger, have been in camps for a long time and aren't being allowed in. And so this is just, the program no longer aligns with where we are as a church and what we're about.
Yeah, we're not gonna shut up. You're a hypocrite and you're a left-wing woke communistic organization. Just say it. Just say it. Just say it. I love communism. I love everyone except for white people. White people are bad.
The Episcopal Church has a long history of advocating against apartheid in South Africa, as you mentioned, and has worked extensively with the late Desmond Tutu's organization. How are people in South Africa reacting to these refugees being allowed into the United States?
Well, I only know what the official spokespeople for the South African government have said, which is they don't understand why this is happening.
They're taking their land, right? They're putting race-based initiatives and programs in there. They're coordinating the torture and the taking of the lives of all these individuals with high-tech military gear. And you're telling, I don't know why. No, this makes no sense. I don't know why. No. Again, absolutely disgusting behavior by this balding, despicable, politicized coward that clearly would rather have a self-fulfilling political ideology serviced than actual people in need. It's these type of despicable people why everything is politicized, everything is racialized, and why we cannot have a normal life. I am flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. This is infuriating on so many different levels because you run an institution that is supposed to help people. Help people. You're not going to help them because of what? Why? What? All hypocrisy layered in double Orwellian talk. Insanity. Listen, if this story is infuriating you, share this video. Get it out there to the general public. I appreciate you guys watching, subscribing. Stay tuned for more. All here exclusively on youtube.com/wearechange.